Dude, this is HC Vitamin C doing the deck profile on X-Sabers for the March 2012 format. X-Sabers is not really used that much anymore. I don't know why. The deck is still pretty consistent. It really hasn't been hit. So I still use it. I still think it's good. Let's get on to the profile. Start off with 3 X-Saber Fall Trolls. I run 3 because I don't like wasting a Dark Soul search just to get out Fall Troll. I'd rather draw it and have a more consistent hand so that I can use my Dark Soul to search out other pieces so I can make better plays. I run 3 X-Saber Bogart Knights because the same reason I run 3 Fall Trolls. I don't always want to have to search. I'd rather have things in my hand already. So running 3 makes it more consistent. And this other effect that only allows them to combine with X-Sabers to synchro is not that bad anymore because they're a 7-star. So I can make any move with any of my tuners with him. I run 3 X-Saber Fulham Knights because she's the best tuner in the deck. She has 2 really good effects. She can negate 1 attack while face up on the field, and then she can run over a defensive monster and special summon a level 4 lower X-Saber back from the graveyard. And it's a 3-star Earth, which allows for those Barkion plays. So I think it's a really good tuner, really important in the deck, and it's a warrior also. I run 3 X-Saber Embers Blades because that's really stable in X-Sabers. In this format where people can just OTK you kind of want to have like recruiters when they die. You can keep having like something on the field. And worst comes to worst, you can always bring out a Full Helm Knight to negate an attack, a Dark Soul to like set up your hand for next turn. You can even bring out a Pashul to stall because it can't be destroyed by battle. Next is 3 X-Saber Dark Souls. This is the glue of the deck. It's one of the best searchers. Anyway, it's sent from the field to the graveyard. You can add any X-Saber from your deck to your hand at the end of the turn. It's like Sangan. It's a pretty good card. And it's an Earth, 3 stars. I run 2 X-Saber Pashuls. It's this 2-star tuner of the deck. It's also a warrior. It's Earth, which allows for Beast and Catastor. And it's actually a really good stall card also. It's got me out of tough situations where I didn't really have any other monsters. Now on to the tech cards. I have 1 Trag because what this deck is going to become is going to revolve around level 3 Exceeds. And since I have a lot of level 3s, his second effect actually helps a lot. So I run 1 Trag. 1 Sangan because it's like Dark Soul. It's also 3 stars. It works exactly. It's almost splashable in any deck. It's a really good card. I run 1 Effect Veiler because you have to run Effect Veiler this format. It's too good of a card. It can like really stop those Dino Rabbit plays, those Insector plays. It can be the difference between winning and losing. I might actually end up running another one in place of my next card. Gale the Whirlwind. A tech card no one ever really uses anymore, but I'm finding it to be really good, especially now with these Exceed monsters that are right around the 2,400, 2,500 attacks. You can have their attack, and usually you can kill them just by running over it with Gale. And my last tech monster is Gorz, Mystery of Darkness. Same reason I run Trag. Stops OTKs. If played right, it can actually win you the duel. It's a really good top deck card also. It's a really good card. It's helped me win multiple games. So that's 22 monsters. I run a lot of monsters because my playstyle, I hate not having monsters. If I could, I would have a 40 card monster deck, but I can't. So I run 22. I run 2 Pot of Dualities. I run this to search actually more monsters, to be honest with you. I don't really use it to get any of the magic cards. It's just so I can get monsters in my hand so I can set up my plays. X-Sabers don't special summon every turn, so using this with the right timing is actually really good, especially if you get into the duel. You're not going to do anything crazy, and if need to, you can go ahead and use it. You don't have to use Vital Duality. It's like an option. It's not like I draw Vital Duality, I have to use it. It's a really good card. I run 2 enemy controllers because I can afford to tribute a lot of my monsters with its second effect to take over my opponent's monster for a turn. Even though it might just stall them for 1 turn, it might take away an important piece from their strategy just for that turn and let me recover for next turn. I can tribute Dark Soul, I can tribute Sangan, I can tribute almost any of my monsters because the base of the deck is to rebuild or reuse things from the graveyard. So putting 1 monster in the graveyard for a turn to help me is not that bad of a loss. Also, to switch up a monster's position helps Full Home Knight. I can put a monster into defense and run it over and switch something from the graveyard. Next, I run Monster Reborn. This is a staple. I think it should be banned because any card I think you can top deck and win should be banned. You can definitely do that with Monster Reborn. Reinforcement of the army. That's complementary to the warriors I have. I only run 5, but it's like having another monster search for Postule or Full Home Knight. It's a tuner in my hand. Heavy Storm. That's a staple. I miss Giant Trunade, but I don't think it's coming back anytime soon. I run Dark Hole, my least favorite card in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's unfair. 1 Book of Moon. This card is still really good. It also helps my Full Home Knight plays. It also stops your opponent from having the necessary pieces on the field to do like their long, intricate plays that might end up winning them the game. I run Mind Control because I run 3, 5, 6, 7 tuners. So I can take your opponent's monster and I have a lot of options. I can go into most of my synchros with any of my tuners by taking almost any other monster. Next, I have 2 Gotham's Emergency Calls. I run 2 because this card is just stupid. It's really unfair. It's like double Monster Reborn just for having an X-Saber on the field. You can bring back even your synchros. You can bring back like Gotham's. You can bring back Soza's, Hyunlei's. You can bring back any X-Saber with the exception of Fall Troll. So it's a really good card. It's like another Monster Reborns. I run 2 Torrentials because I have to. Really, I have to run 2 Torrentials. Taking stuff out of the deck, I had to take out Dust Shoot, and I eventually took out Mind Crush. So I was like, I'm going to try 2 Torrentials. It can't hurt me that bad. Nothing wrong with letting your opponent summon a monster and you just blowing all of them up. 2 Warnings because the card is amazing. It's the only card that does what it does. It stops things like Blackluster, all those inherent summons that everything else doesn't stop. So I run 2 still. 2,000 life points is not that big of a payoff to stop those big plays. 1 Mirror Force. Mirror Force, I don't know if it's gonna stay in the deck, but for now it is because I've come to realize like when you have Mirror Force, more than likely your opponent already knows you have Mirror Force and they're not gonna attack into it really. They kind of have a good feel because if they go through all their summons and you haven't activated a trap, more than likely you have Mirror Force, and you can usually tell when they're bluffing or when they actually do have Mirror Force. And the last trap card I have is Solemn Judgment. It's a staple. I was never a big fan of that card either, but it actually no, it's never actually helped me. I might take that. No, it's still staying. Yeah, so that's the 40 card deck. Let me go on to the extra deck. I run 1 Allied Justice Catastor. This is still a good card, even though there's a lot of dark decks running around. Dino Rabbits don't really have that many darks. Like there's like Sam's still around. There's still Synchro Summon decks. Like you can still get over a lot of cards with just Catastor. I run Naturia Beast. My deck is not always about trying to get a lockdown, but if I go for the push and I don't get the win, I automatically switch to like try to get a lockdown so that there's no like trying to come back. And Beast kind of helps with that because he negates Magic card by 1,000,002 cards. It's a really good card. I run 1 Naturia Barkion. The same thing as Beast, except it negates trap cards. It's a little bit stronger. It's a 6-star, but it helps with that lockdown. You get both of these out, they have a hard time coming back. One Brio, probably the best synchro, still legal. It wins games, honestly. Like late game, you summon Brio, clear their field. Doesn't really need explanation. I run 2 X-Saber Hyunleis. It's like it's like Harpy's Feather Duster. It blows up to 3 magic and trap cards when it's summoned. And it's the easiest one because it's a 6-star. It can go Bogart Knight to Pashul and automatically have a beater on the field. Pretty good card. I run 2 X-Saber Sozo. This card just coming out, I think actually helped the deck a lot because it made the pieces that were already in the deck a little bit more versatile. Bogart Knight can be used with Full Helm Knight, and I actually have like a respectable monster on the field. Both of its effects are not actually that bad. You can tribute a monster, you can make it that X-Saber Sozo can't be destroyed by traps, or you can make it that any monster it battles is just automatically destroyed at the beginning of the damage step. Kind of like the Tasser, but not limited to the dark attribute. 1 Stardust, stable, still a good card. You know, if you think like they have a Dark Hole or a Torrential or something, you can set up Stardust and kind of stop their plan for destroying stuff. It's a good card still. 1 Colossal Fighter because I have a lot of warriors in this deck, and it's just a beater. If I can't get over, you know, like Blackluster or Judgment Dragon or something that has like too much attack, there's Colossal Fighter. Then we have Scrap Dragon, which I think is the best 8-star because it can get rid of any card that's annoying you, and it still has a lot of attack power. Pretty good card. Blow up one of your cards, blow up one of their cards. 1 Mistworm. I run a Mistworm in place of Trish, who recently got banned. It doesn't do exactly what Trish does, but it can clear the field and make OTKs a little bit better, you know? You can get rid of those XYZs the same way Trish used to. So, I run 1 Mistworm. 1 X-Saber Gothams. I might run 2 X-Saber Gothams because in this format I don't like my opponent having cards in their hand, because that's when things get like ridiculous and they just start blowing up everything and making you lose all your cards. So I'd rather tribute all my monsters and make you discard your entire hand, and then you just have to top deck and face like a 3100 beater. Hopefully you don't top deck Blackluster. I have 1 missing X-Saber Invoker. There'll definitely be more of him eventually, because like I said, this deck is going to be based around him a lot more. But as of now, I'm only using 1. He still works pretty well. I don't necessarily make an attempt to go for him. It's more like if I can get him and the situation is right, I'll make him. But for now, he's just in there for testing purposes. And lastly, 1 number 39 Utopia Ray. I didn't think this card would help me that much, considering I don't have a lot of level 4s in my deck. I really only have 3, and Trag might become level 4. But there's been numerous times where I just have 2 Bogart Knights, and it's not really going to help me. So I just summoned Bogart Knight to Bogart Knight and Exceeds her number 39 Utopia. So yeah, that's my X-Saber deck for this format. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. What should I take out? What should I put in? Any tips? Anything you guys let me know to help out. Thanks.